system in place and a plan to follow up, you're likely to just not do it. So like following up, the first step is you need to have a plan and you need to be documenting everybody that you talk to. So every day, if you're getting new potentials and you're talking to new people every day, you need to be writing down these people. If you're talking to somebody about the products, you need to be marking them down at the end of the day, because if not, they're going to get lost in your messenger and they're going to fall through the cracks. And if you're not writing them down, you're going to lose them. So if you have to have some sort of system for keeping track of everybody that you're talking to. For me, I have a planner and it's got like 3 columns. So I'm able to write down my potential customers, my potential distributors, and then the people that host a post for me. And I keep track of all of them. And then that way, when it comes time to follow up on Fridays, I have them in one spot. I can sit down and I can focus on just doing that. So following up for me, like when I started following up was like mainly on Fridays. Fridays, when people get paid, that's when we would generally follow up. But what I do now and what I have found that works way better is following up daily has changed my business. So you go through, what I do is I do it every morning. That way, if I'm about to send out more messages, like that day when I send out more messages, I've already followed up with these people, and that way I don't have to scroll back too far. So I go through my messages in the morning and I will follow up with the people that like maybe read my message, maybe they didn't respond. And I'll just send them something super simple like, hey, I'm just checking in. Did you get a chance to read through that? It's always really simple. And I don't know how many times I've had somebody tell me, I did. I meant to respond, but I got busy. Or like if it's for a host to post follow up and say they said they were going to post for me. And I gave them the post. They read the message, but they never actually posted for me. I'll follow up with them the next day and I'll just be like, hey, did you get a chance to put that post up? I'm marking down entries and I wanted to make sure you got your entry. Super simple, but most of the time they're not just ignoring you and they're not just leaving you on red on purpose. It's because they're busy. You guys, we're all busy. We all sometimes check our messages and then completely forget to respond. So like it's our job, not theirs, to remind them to do these things and just check in with them to make sure that, they get that post up or they read their message and they responded. That's our job. So when I started following up daily, that's like when I found out this how many people just really do forget to respond. So Fridays though are like designated follow-up days. Like Fridays I spend all day just following up with potentials, and that's when the lists come in handy to have them right there in front of you to follow up. Most people get paid on Fridays, which is why Fridays are a designated follow-up day. But like when we do follow-up Fridays, the easiest way to do it is just start with the day, whatever the day is on that Friday, and work your way back through your potentials list. That way you're following up with the most recent people you talked to first, and then you're just working your way back until you've followed up with pretty much everybody. You want to make sure you follow up with potential customers and then your potential distributors as well. So I always do one first and then I will work my way through the other. When it comes to deals, sometimes like if there's specific deals going on for like a specific product, like when we have the BOGO coffee deals, sometimes I'll do it a little differently when that's involved. I'll actually like search in my messenger bar for like keywords like brew or something, and I'll follow up that way. But most of the time, the way I'm doing it is I'm using my planner and I'm just going back through and following up with everybody. So when you follow up, when I first started, I had a tendency to like draw out these messages, and I would put all this information in this follow up, and I'd be like, is this a good follow up? Or this is what I've been sending. And Brooke would always tell me, just keep it simple, short and simple. They don't want to read a whole bunch. It works so much better when you're just short, simple, and to the point. And when you're confident in the sale. And that goes for like, if they're interested and they told you you're interested, and then you've had these conversations and they're written down in your planner, they are always going to be interested. They are not gonna just stop being interested in the products, you guys. So like for me, you have to know like this business can change your life. What we're offering, these products, they can change your life. They can change somebody's life. So like I've had so many customers or even potential distributors that have actually been like, thank you for following up with me. Like it can change your life. Like Brooke, she followed up with me. It was like at least a year, you guys, and I ignored her. I told her I didn't have the money. I gave her every excuse in the book. She continued to follow up with me. I know, and now looking back, like if you wouldn't have done that, that I wouldn't be where I am. So like I'm forever grateful that Brooke was doing these follow-ups, regardless of how many times it took her. I am grateful, and there are people that are going to be grateful that you continued to follow up with them, you guys, because that is our job. Our job is to follow up with them. So like I don't use things like, hi so and so, I'm just checking to see if you're still interested in the cleanse, question mark, when I'm following up with people, because that is kind of like meek, and it's in hopes that you don't like offend them. But you guys, it's not about offending them. It's what that is coming off as. It's you're nervous. You're nervous that you're going to be bothering people, or you're going to make people mad, or you're going to just irritate them. And like, I was the same way. When I joined, I felt the same way. Like, I didn't want to bother them. I didn't want to do that. But like I said, this is our job to follow up with them. And this is how you're going to get customers. Like, hold on one second. Sorry. But this stuff is important to them because you obviously have these conversations with them, so it's important to them. So it should be important to you as well to just keep checking in with them and keep following up with them. You never know when somebody's situation's gonna change to when they might want to join. So you just don't stop after 1 to 2 follow-ups and they don't respond or something like that, because you just never know. So most of the time, I think it's like the statistics for following up is like, I want to say it's like 7 to 12 times that you need to follow up with somebody before they'll actually end up joining. So think about that. That's 7 to 10 times they might not be responding, 7 to 10 times they might not say right now, but maybe on that 11th time, they actually join and they change their life with this business. So that is why following up is so important. Now, one other thing about like following up that kind of ties into this is like, and I did this too, I definitely was guilty of this when I first started, was I would work and I would get these dates to follow up with these people, and I'd mark them down in my calendar, and I'd get so excited. Yes, I got like 5 people marked down that said they would order this Friday, and then I got 4 more that it says they're going to order next Friday. Like, I am good to go. That's 9 orders that I'm going to have this month. Like, I've got dates, I'm good. I don't really need to push myself as hard because I have these dates. I have these people that are going to sign up, and I get so excited and I'd get like invested in these people that gave me these dates that said they were going to order, right? And so then that Friday comes around and I follow up with them and say they read the message and they don't respond, or they say, oh, I can't, something came up, I don't have the money, and they can't do it. And then say out of the 5 people that gave me that Friday date, I only had 1 person signed up. And like now I'm like upset and I'm like, oh crap. Now I have been emotionally invested in these people signing up and thinking I had these for sure orders, that I wasn't really working hard and I wasn't building my potentials list enough the whole week, to where now I only have this 1 customer instead of 5. And like I did this. I was guilty of it. It's something that just happens. And we get upset about it. And we get upset and we feel like the results that we're getting, these people saying no, these people not ordering right away, we feel like it's not normal. And that's why it upsets us. We think that we must be doing something wrong if they're not responding. And I had all these people that were going to order and hardly anybody orders. And you just get all flustered and you feel like it's you. But I am telling you right now, it's not you. That is normal. That is to be expected in this business. That is why following up is key, because they might not order on that date that they gave you. But you know what? I guarantee if you continue to follow up with them, they will eventually order. And so that is why it is so important to just constantly be growing your network, whether you have dates or not, to just keep growing your network. Now, I have simple follow-ups that I could put in the chat for like PDTs and PLCs if you guys want me to do that. But basically, you just can't be afraid to follow up. You can't be afraid that you're going to seem pushy, because you're not. You're not going to seem pushy. Nobody's going to, freak out on you for just following up. It's like, if you're not going to follow up with people because you're afraid of being pushy, or you're afraid, that you're just bothering them too much, you have to think about it like this. It's our job, and we can't let like the fear of what these people might think of us stop us from achieving our dreams. Like, would it be worth it to look back and think, I couldn't go diamond, I couldn't go double, I couldn't do this because I couldn't get over the fear and the feeling that I'm bothering people, and that stopped me from pursuing my dreams because I let other people's possible opinion freak me out to where I just didn't do my job and it didn't get me to where I wanted to go. You don't want to do that. So it's just follow up on Fridays, follow up every day. Following up is what is going to grow your business. 99% of the, 80% of the time, people don't join on the spot, especially PDTs. They need constant following up with. PLCs need constant following up with. So you have to be following up. And in order to always have people to follow up with, you have to be growing your network. So this is like how these two tie together, and how following up is going to tie into growing your network. And Sabra is going to talk more on growing your network and like tips on how to grow your network.
Yes. Okay. So like all that stuff that Becky was saying, you guys, that's so freaking important, because the thing is like she said, it's not their job to remember. It's our job. It's the same with like all these emails that you get from Victoria's Secret, from Target, from like random things on Facebook that you signed up for. You get constant emails because people know, like, the fortune's in the follow-up, you guys. And if you don't like stick with it and consistently follow up with people, then they're gonna fall off the grid on your end and end up on someone else's grid. I can't tell you how many times I've had people who I talked to about the products or about joining my team that ended up joining with someone else or ordering from someone else because I failed to follow up with them. Okay, so I was gonna say something else. Oh yeah, so also another thing is when you're following up, like you don't have to keep asking them about the fat fighters. You don't have to keep asking them if they're ready to order some wraps. You don't have to keep asking them if they're ready to join your team. You can ask them different things. You can flip the script, okay? So you can ask them one time. Jade suggests to follow up 2 times about whatever it is that you specifically talked about. So like we talked about products and follow up about products, that product 2 more times. And then even if they don't respond to you, or even if they say, I just don't have the money right now, the very next week, message them again, ask them to host a post, ask them if they've ever thought about making extra money from their phone, or ask them about a detox challenge, or ask them about if they want some skinny samples or skinny brew samples, or ask them if they want to drink their skincare, or if they want to try a weight loss challenge or something. You can change it every single time, and it's not weird because you're bringing up something else. And then on top of that, you're introducing them to new things. Like you can't magically know what that person's looking for, and they can't magically know what you have to offer, because it's not their job to just go to It Works, like websites or whatever, and look up what we have and just automatically know what we have. Anytime someone's like reached out to me about trying some products or something, I never went to the website to see what else they have and see if there might be something I'm interested in. What they messaged me about, maybe I was interested in that specifically, or maybe I wasn't interested in that. So I ignored them or something, but they may have something that I've been looking for. I just don't know that yet. That's why posting to your stories and posting product posts and stuff and switching it up is so important, because you're going to show people new things that you have. Like I've had people who told me no tons of times to like the coffee and Thermofy X, and those are like some of the hottest sellers. But then I mentioned the energy sticks or something and people jump on it. So make sure you're always switching that up. And then so the other biggest thing that you have to be doing for your business is growing your network, you guys. Like, okay, there's 2 different people that join this company, or there's 2 different people after they join. I don't know how to word that. Anyways, okay, so you join, one person signs people up like crazy. Signs, gets their 6, boom, bam, gets their shopping spree. Okay. And then the other person messages and gets some dates, but gets a lot of no's, and I don't have the money right now, and I can't afford it, and blah, 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 blah. And then they stop. And like same with the other person getting their 6 customers, and then they stop. Okay. So I'm going to start with the person that gets their customers first and explain this real quick. So if you're one of those people who signed up and you enrolled customers like crazy, and you got your 6 and you got your shopping spree and you were so pumped up, and then all of a sudden you just stopped enrolling people. All of a sudden it just didn't seem like it was as easy anymore, and you feel like you're a one-hit wonder and you just aren't cut out for this, because now all of a sudden you're not signing customers. Okay. I'm going to tell you exactly why you stopped signing customers. Because you did not grow your network, or you haven't been growing your network. You have to be growing your network, because once you message all your Facebook friends, because if you got your first 6 customers like really quick, then either you had some really supportive people in your life, or you happen to have a lot of people on your Facebook or something that were already looking for something like this, or you reached out to literally every single person on your Facebook. Okay. That was me. Yes, Becky too. That was me. I swear. And back then it was that, hey, have you ever tried that crazy rap thing? I sent it to everyone on my Facebook. And back then there wasn't Facebook jail. Okay. So that was possible for me to do. Literally I think it was like 800 friends on my Facebook that I had. Okay. And then after that, I was like, okay, so now I need to be following up with them. Okay. So I'll follow up with them. So then I was following up with people like crazy. And this was when when I very first started, I had quit all my jobs. I was living at my mom's house. I had nothing else to do. It was just me and my daughter at my mom's house all day long. I didn't have a vehicle. So that's what I was doing. I was following people like crazy on Instagram. That's how I got so many followers. and I was messaging people like crazy, and I was signing up customers like crazy. And then all of a sudden I stopped signing up customers, and I couldn't figure out why, because I was like, I'm doing the same exact thing. I'm messaging everybody and I'm following up with everybody. And I realized it's because I was talking to the same people over and over and over. It didn't matter how many times I switched it up, I was still talking to the same people. Okay. So then when I realized that I needed to be growing my network, like if you're anything like I was when I first joined, I was like, I don't know if I want random people on my Facebook. I don't feel comfortable with that. Like, I post pictures of my daughter, like I tag myself in places that I go sometimes. Like, I don't want people knowing where I am and everything, but like we're doing it already. Okay. And the chances of getting some creepers on your Facebook are very, very slim, especially if you're paying attention to who you're adding. If you're just going through and adding random people, you may end up with some creepers. But if you go through and intentionally add people and look at their profile and look and see, is this someone that I would want to be friends with? Then you're going to end up with a good network. Okay. Like, same thing if, you know, you're just going through and following people and then all of a sudden you're getting tons of negative comments on your stuff, is because you weren't paying attention to the people that you were following or adding. And you really, really want to do that, because if you go to someone's page and all their stuff's public and you see them like complaining about everything under the moon and calling people out and tagging restaurants and talking about how horrible the service was, just don't even go there. You don't want to be friends with Karen. Okay. So just move on and add other people. Okay. So then, okay, so we're going to backtrack and we're going to go to the person that hasn't signed up anybody. Okay, maybe you're one of those people and you're still in your first 30 days, you're trying to get your shopping spree, but nobody is responding to you. Nobody is saying yes. Nobody's interested, and people are ghosting you. Okay, number one, this is the most important thing I'm going to say tonight, you guys. Get over it. Get the hell over it. I am sorry if this hurts anybody's feelings or if I offend you, but you have to get over it. You can't sit there and dwell on the people that don't message you back, or the people that stop messaging you, or the people that aren't interested. Who cares? Do you know how many people are on Facebook? How many people are on Instagram? There are so many people, and I can't tell you how many people to this day that I message and they've never heard of It Works, ever. Okay? Like, it's insane. I feel like I'm getting off topic. Let me go back. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm good. Okay. So you're signing up people, or you're messaging people like crazy and nobody's responding and everything. Now, here's what I want you to ask yourself. And these are really, 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 I wrote it on a sticky note. Let me find it. Okay. These are really, really important questions to be asking yourself whenever you feel like nobody's responding to you and you start thinking, this isn't working for me. I'm not good at this. I'm just not meant to do this. First, I want you to ask yourself, have you sent out at least 30 messages? If you have not sent out at least 30 messages in one day or in one sitting, and you come to me and you tell me that this isn't working for you, I am going to tell you the exact same thing that I tell everybody. You are not working it. That is not, 30 messages is not working your business. I'm sorry, guys. And if that seems like a lot to you, then maybe this isn't for you, okay? Maybe not. You never know, though. I was not a Facebook person. I was not a phone person. What's that? Did you restart it? Hold the button down? Turn it back on?
I did it like 5 times.
When I started, I came in with the thought that this is what I have to do. I have to reach out to these people. I have to message these people in order to find that yes, and to find that person that's going to sign up. So I immediately set my mindset to the fact that there is going to be people that don't want our products, that don't want to do this business. And once you change your mindset to know that every no that you're going to get is going to bring you closer to that yes, and to not let your emotions be involved when somebody tells you no, they're not telling you no. They're not, it's not anything personal. So once you get to that point where you're just messaging, and if they say no, all right, the next person might want it. You just keep going. You can't let those stop you and the no's get to you and just make you not want to message.
Yes, because that's just inevitable. You're gonna get no's. Honestly, I'd rather have a day where I got a bunch of no's than to have a day when I lay down in bed and I feel guilty because I know that I didn't do anything. because that happens to me all the time. Like I'll get so down on myself because I haven't been working my business the way that I know I can. And it like affects everything around me. It affects my attitude, affects my relationship with Sean. And he starts thinking that he did something wrong. Really, I'm just mad at myself. But what I was saying is, before I started this, I was not on Facebook ever. I hadn't gotten on Facebook since high school. And I didn't even know what Instagram was. I thought that Instagram was an editing app. I didn't know it was like a profile thing. So I was just editing these pictures and posting them. I had no idea that the whole world could see them. And so like for me to go from that to growing my network, following people all the time, posting every single, back then we posted every hour, you guys, every hour. So like we were posting multiple times a day. To me to go from that to that and messaging over 100 people a day, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy to like adjust into that, but it was something that I wanted to do. It was something that I needed to do. And I finally got into the swing of it and I started getting more confident. Okay. So make sure that you're messaging. Okay. So like you can't sit here and say that it's not working for you if you're not messaging at least 30 people a day. Start messaging at least 30 people a day and I promise you, you will see a difference. But intentionally message them. Don't just send some random message. Okay. Really think about your message. Get a script from somebody and then edit it to make it fit you and make it sound like you. Okay. Like people buy you. They don't buy the products. They buy you because they like you and they trust you. Okay. And then the other thing, so we're still talking about if you feel like this business isn't working for you so far, or you still haven't signed up anybody, or you feel like you message all the time every day, but nobody's responding and nobody's saying anything, or let's say you are sending out 30 messages a day, at least 30 messages a day. Okay. Have you added any new Facebook friends? Because you can't just keep messaging the same people. And sometimes it's better to message other people that you don't know rather than to message people that you do know. Like when I first started and I started messaging everybody on my Facebook, I can tell you how many of my friends laughed in my face through my messenger, like laughed at me and they were like, "You're really doing this?" And I was like, "Yeah, are you interested? Yes or no?" And if they said no, then I said, "Okay, bye. See you later." And I just moved on to the next person. And like, I'm not going to say it didn't get to me. After like the third, fourth person, it started to get to me, but I didn't let it stop me. I just kept going. Okay. And then ask yourself, have you followed people? When's the last time that you posted? Did you post today? Did you post yesterday? Did you post the day before yesterday? And I'm not talking about like sharing something that you saw on Facebook. I'm talking about like an intentional post. It doesn't have to be about the business. It doesn't have to be a life post. Posting life posts every single day is very, very good for your business, especially if you're trying to grow your team, but it doesn't always need to be about the business or about the products. Don't just post about that stuff, you guys. Post about you. Post about things that you love, things that you enjoy. Okay, post stuff about you going out and having a good time. Okay, if you went out with the girls last night or something like that, post it today. Post about how much fun you had or whatever. And you don't have to throw in there, "Thank you, it works for picking up the tab," or "Thanks, it works, I didn't have to ask off last night," or something. You don't have to put that in there. Just be you. People want to see you, okay? I get way more likes on stuff like that than my life post. Like, I post every single month. Nova's another month older, surprise. And I get way more likes on those than I get on genuine, like heartfelt, deep posts where I'm like getting real and raw with people talking about my struggles. But that like, it's also just because like some people are scared to like your post about it because they're not sure if they want to do it yet. And they feel like if they do like it, that you're going to message them. Okay. So that's why a lot of times when people come to you and you're like, where the hell did this person even come from? Like they've never liked any of my posts. They've never interacted on anything. I've never seen them comment on anything. I didn't even know I had this person on Facebook. They've been watching, but sometimes they're just scared to like, or some people just don't like on, I don't know. I remember there was this girl I met one time at this party and we were talking about what I do and everything. She was like, "I couldn't be on my phone all the time and I'm not going to go like everybody's picture and stuff." She was like, "If I've ever liked one of your pictures, then consider yourself lucky." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." Some people are like that. So whatever, but understand that people are watching you. You have to be posting. You have to, even if it's just about you, but don't take that like, don't post about the business. You still want to post about the business. but you want to post about you. People are going to start to understand you. People are going to feel like they know you, and people are going to feel more comfortable asking you about the products, okay? Maybe they're not going to order yet, but they're going to ask you. It's a process, you guys. You have to trust the process, okay? So then, have you followed up with anyone, okay? And that's a big thing. That's a big thing, because let's say you message them at the beginning of the month, okay? And then you followed up with them the next week, because that's what you were told to do. You were told to follow up with them, okay? So you followed up with them. And then the next week you followed up with them, and they ghosted you both times, okay? Let's say you're in that situation, and then you're going to your follow-ups and you come across that person's name again, and you're like, I'll just skip them. They haven't been messaging me back. Don't do that. Don't do it. I promise you, if you just keep following up with everybody and switch it up, somebody is going to sign up that day. Somebody is going to throw up a host post for you. Somebody is going to give you a day. Somebody's going to be interested in a different product than what you originally introduced them to. Okay? So like always be changing it. And like I said, all those different things. I'm gonna copy and paste this in the chat, because this is what I gotten from I got from Jade. And it's kind of like repetitive, but you'll understand, I swear when I saw this, I was just like, holy crap, like she's so right. There's so many people on my Facebook that I've only been messaging about the coffee, or only messaging about the products, and not talking about being a distributor or host a post. When you're going through when you're going through your names, like Becky was talking about being keeping track of your stuff, like keep track. Becky keeps track of her potentials in her planner. That's what I do too. Okay, so in my planner, on my whiteboard that I have back here, that's all my stuff like that I need to know for my personal life that I need to do. So my planner is only for my potentials. I only write potentials down in there. Sometimes I write Zooms in there too though, because I'm always looking at my planner. I always have it open. Okay, so then like I always write down my potentials, and then I write like any Zooms that we have, I write on this side. And then anything that's like really important, like let's say like Ashley messages me, hey, I want to switch to the greens this month, and I signed her up. If you're someone like me that like signs people up and then you switch the products for them, then I write that down real quick so I don't forget, because it's my job to switch it. If you don't want to have that accountability or that responsibility, and you sign them up, give them their password and tell them, hey, I'll try to check in with you before your next order goes through, but it goes through on this day. Make sure you switch it if you want to. That's what I'm transitioning into now. Like with all of my customers that I've signed up before and the ones that I sign up now, I'm giving them their info and letting them do it themselves, because you will get to the point where you have so many, and then all of a sudden it's like everybody wants to switch. And you're like, holy crap. So then you have like all of these, and sometimes you might get it mixed up, and then it's on you. You know what I mean? So I would definitely suggest giving them their password and letting them do it. Hold on. Okay. I like Becky, I put all my potentials in my planner, okay? Then I have a calendar that I keep all my loyal customers on. So every time I sign up a new loyal customer, I write it down on that day. So that way the next month, when I go to follow up with people about their orders going through, or seeing how they're liking the products, if they want to switch the products or whatever, having good customer service is really important, you guys. So I always make sure that I have any customers that I personally have that have orders going through, I have them right here so I can check up with them. And so that way it kind of helps me know, like, what was I going to say? Oh, when their orders are going through too. So I can make sure that we're good to go for their next order. That's why I suggest giving them their info and letting them know. Make sure you switch it, or whatever, because then it's up to them and it's not a bunch of responsibility on you. So then for host a post, I write all my host a posts on one of these little pages, and then like sometimes I'll end up doing it on the back too. And whenever I go to follow up, I follow up with host a post people. After I go through my planner and I follow up with my potentials, I'll go and I'll message host a post people. okay? Because I already messaged them about the host post. They threw up a host post for me, and I'm going to ask them if they're interested in making some extra money by doing exactly what they just did, but for themselves, okay? And then I think that's really all. And then I have my Facebook friends that I reach out to. I don't know if you guys have printed off your Facebook friends, but if you haven't, I highly, highly suggest it. I just printed off and at Staples before I got a printer. Okay, so then, anyways, okay, so growing your network, you're gonna run out of people to talk to. Okay, you're gonna end up messaging absolutely everybody, and you're gonna exhaust your friends list and your followers. So that's why it's really important to always be adding new people every single day, daily. Okay, Ashley Mayfield says that not adding 50 people a day, but making sure you get 50 new friends a day. Okay, both Facebook and Instagram. I think she said more 80 on Instagram, but I thought my kid was about to barge in here. Sorry. Okay, so then because you always want new people, new eyes on your posts, okay? You never know who's going to be interested, that those new people. I've added, I think within the last few days, I've added like 30 new people, and out of those were from, all of those 30 were from my hosted posts, and they were only people though that liked the hosted post. They didn't comment on it. They just liked it. So I went ahead and I added them, and I messaged them the same thing that I messaged the people that commented on it. And I got more responses from those than I did from the people who commented, which is crazy. So that's another way, that's one way to be growing your network, is adding people who like and comment on the hosted posts that other people put up for you. And then another way, which I just found out a few days ago, is, okay, so when you're scrolling through Facebook and Instagram, you randomly get, let me find one. So you'll randomly get these sponsored ads, and it'll say underneath the name, it'll say sponsored, okay? And this is like little kid sensory toy things or whatever. It's like this subscription box. I see it all the time because I liked one post about it on Facebook, and now it's everywhere. But all these sponsored posts that pop up on your Instagram and your Facebook are things that Instagram and Facebook think that you like based off what you've liked. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, these people pay Facebook and Instagram to show their material to people who would like it, to people who like other things like that. You get what I'm saying? So all these people, these 13,000 views on this, and I can click on it and it'll show me all the people that liked it. These are all people that I have something in common with, because obviously they have a kid, or they're looking into some sensory stuff for their kid, or something along those lines. We have something in common. We have a kid, okay? Or let's say the other day I saw a sponsored ad that was, it was some Post Malone shirt. Hold on, let me find another one. If it's about small businesses or something, or growing your network, I wouldn't. Okay, so here's another one. This is apple cider vinegar gummies, okay? It's a sponsored ad, and it has 6,095 likes on it. This is definitely a post that I'm going to save, like Becky showed us when we did that distributor push. I'm going to save it into my collections. You click that little ribbon thing right there. Oh, wait, hold on. And then you can click save to collection, and then you can put it in a collection where it'll all go to one spot. Let me show you. It'll all go to one spot with a bunch of photos that you've saved that have lots of likes. So that way when you go to follow people, you don't have to look for sponsored ads. You won't have to go search groups and stuff like that. You can go back to these posts that you've saved, click on them, and start following people. And like I said, make sure you're being mindful of the people that you're following, because you don't want to grow a network full of negative people. You know what I mean? Or a network full of, I don't know about you guys, I don't market to men, but you don't want to end up with having like a ton of men on your social media already, and your main your marketing target, is moms or women. You know what I mean? So you want to make sure you're being very intentional with the people that you're following. Okay, so then
I also do the collections on Facebook as well. Like,
yeah,
I save.
me too.
Facebook. I don't know if you said that. I missed that.
Oh, no, I
That's right.
didn't. But yeah, you can do it on both. And I never even thought about it until Becky mentioned it in that distributed push. Like I used to put all my Hosta posts in collections and stuff, or like into a group on Facebook and stuff, but I'd never done it like that to where like whenever I go to grow my network, I can just go straight in there and there's already pictures that I've already looked through the likers a little and thought, okay, that's definitely people I want to follow, but I can't follow all of them right now. You know what I mean? So I'm going to save it for later. Okay. So then,
And then you can literally follow up with, 20 people in a matter of a minute when you have them saved. It makes it
Yep.
so much easier and so much quicker.
yeah. Okay. Thank you. So, real quick, what I want you guys to do, either like in the notes app on your phone or on a piece of paper or something, I want you to just write 1 through 5. And then I want you to write down 5 things that you love. Okay. 5 things that you love. So like for my 5 things, my babies, plants, tattoos, coffee, and Post Malone. Those are my 5 things. Okay. So then after you do that, what you're going to do, no. What you're going to do is you're going to go to your Instagram and you're going to search tags and type in that thing that you love. So I'm going to type in babies. So it's hashtag babies of Instagram, hashtag babies with style, hashtag babies and dogs, all kinds of stuff. I'm going to click on hashtag babies and dogs. And here's all these freaking posts, you guys, that people have put that as their hashtag. And I can go and I can follow these people. Okay. And then I can follow, like this person has 2,100 likes on it. I can go and follow those people too. Like the amount of people that you can follow is insane. But the thing is, you can't do it all at once. So you're going to have to spread it out and you're going to have to be consistent with it. That's the most important thing. Okay. So then, another thing that you can do that I actually started doing, because if you go and you like you search, let's say I go and I search tags and I type in tattoos, I don't follow men, but I will follow their likers because most of the time men have a lot of likes on their pictures from women. Okay. It's mostly women in their likes. So like here's a dude with tattoos, 1,000 likes on his picture. So I'm going to click on it and watch. Yeah, this is like nothing but girls, you guys. Mostly girls. I think he's like from Canada or something. If you guys do international and stuff, like other countries and stuff, I just personally don't. I think it's good though for people too. I just don't. But so that's another way is like by going to men's pictures and stuff and adding their likers. Do not, you guys, when you're trying to grow your network, do not add from suggested friends. And the reason why, I used to think the reason why was because I was going to end up having friends with tons of mutual friends, so I wasn't spreading out enough. That's what I thought it was. I thought that's why people didn't want us adding suggested friends. No, they don't want you adding suggested friends because most of them are marketers. Most of them are already in It Works. Or most of them are like, they have their own, like they have their own thing going on. Okay, so that's why we don't add suggested friends. I don't know. I would just take the advice because I was doing that, and then all of a sudden I really noticed that I had a ton of like Arbonne, Farmasi, and like unique people on my Facebook, which is cool. I don't mind the makeup ones, but and then another thing that you can do to grow your network, if you're wanting, some people want to have a really big network in their area, close in their area, like say like your surrounding counties or something like that. Another thing you can do is you can search places on Instagram, and the reason I'm sticking with Instagram the most is because like on Facebook, you can do the same exact thing. You can go to other people's pictures and add their likers and stuff like that, and you can for Facebook, I would suggest going to groups that you're in. So like when someone adds me to a group, I accept it. I want to be in all the groups. Okay. I'm going to end up in all the groups. And then I'm going to end up going and I'm going to follow or like add those people. And if they ask me, hey, do I know you? I'm going to say, no, I saw you were in blah, blah, blah group, thought I'd add. And a lot of people are just like, oh, okay, girl, yeah, that's cool. And they don't mind at all. It's crazy. So on Facebook, I would stick with groups, honestly. Adding people from groups, get in groups. Post something about like something, one of those things that you love. Okay. So like I could post, add me to all your plant groups. And I'm going to be in so many freaking groups now. Okay. So then on Instagram, what I was going to say, another way that you can grow your network is go to places, and you can type in stores. You can type in different locations. Let's say I want to, like for some weird reason, when I first learned about that, this was years ago when I learned about searching places and adding people from different states. I guess I just could never think of any other place but Chicago. So I would type Chicago, and I'd go and I'd add people from Chicago. And there's like this section in your eSuite that you can go to, and it shows you distributors by location. And I had like way more people from Chicago than anywhere else, which was crazy. So you can search specific locations. Yeah, I like to search malls, parks, colleges, and like I said, search those 5 things that you wrote down, search those in tags, search those for groups, search those for, I don't know, maybe try top or something. I don't know if that goes by, I think that goes by name. Yeah. So tags, okay? If it's a place that you love, then type that in places, okay? And then another big thing, okay, and this ties into it. Like, you guys, all of this is just like a big circle. It's like a cycle. It just keeps going, okay? So, like, you're adding people. There's a hair in my mouth. Sorry. You're adding people, and then you're reaching out to, you're adding people, and you're interacting with them and building that relationship. And then you're reaching out to them, and then you're following up, and then you're following up again, and then you're following up again, and then you're following up again. And it just keeps going, guys. So you just keep adding people, interacting with them, messaging them, and then following up with them. And you just do the same things over and over and over again. Okay. But a really, really important thing. And I know like for me, when I first started growing my network, and it was insane because on Facebook, I'd never really added a ton of people, and I felt more comfortable following people on Instagram than I did adding new people on my Facebook for some reason. So I started adding or following people like crazy on Instagram, and I was blown away at the amount of people that were accepting my request and following me back. I was just like, holy crap. And I got overwhelmed. And then I was just like scared to message on Instagram because I didn't know any of these people. And I felt like I had so many followers already, because I went from like I think I had 200, like at the end of June. I joined in the middle of June, and I had 3 followers, which was my mom, my sister, and I think it was my friend, one of my friends or something. And then I joined, and by the end of the month, I had 200 followers. And then the next month, Brooke did this like giveaway thing for whoever got the most followers. And I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna win this thing. I don't remember what the prize was, but I won it. I was like, I'm gonna win this. So I just kept adding people, or following people and following people and following people. And by the end of that month, I had like 3,000 friends or followers. 3,000 followers. I was following a lot more, but then I realized that's when everybody started talking about leveling out your followers to following ratio. So make sure you're doing that also. Like, you don't want to be following like the max 7,500 people and only having 2,000 followers. Okay. You want to even that out for sure. And always make sure that your followers is higher than your following if possible. Okay. So, but what I was going to say, another thing that's super important when you're growing your network, it makes it so much easier to get eyes on you guys. Okay, so look, I'm going to show you. So when you go into your Instagram and you go to your notifications and you have follow requests, okay? What I do is I'm going to go down the line and I'm going to confirm all of them. I confirm all, even if it's a dude, it gives me more followers. So I'm like, whatever. But I'm not following any guys. So I go through and I accept all of their follows, and then I go back to my notifications. And then in here, it's going to give me the option to follow those people back. And then like these people I'm already following. So the people that I'm already following, I'm immediately going to go to their page now that I'm already following them, because these other people I'm not following yet, okay? And what you can do, what I'll normally do when I go down the list is like I'll look, okay, so I'll look at hers. It's private, but she's got a cute picture, you know, and then her bio just says army girlfriend and has her, oh, it has her VSCO thing. She probably does filters, but I'll still follow her back. So I'm going to follow her back, but it's requested because she's private. So I can't go and like her stuff right now. So I'm going to keep going down the line, okay? And I'm going to get this done in one sitting. I'm not going to go and accept all these follow requests and stuff and then post something and then have all those notifications, because you can only go so far down on your notifications in Instagram before it just stops. Okay, so if you missed out on those people that you added earlier and you didn't get a chance to interact with them, they're gone, unless you remember all their names, okay? Or actually, you can get on, if you get on Instagram on your computer, your follower or your following is chronological on the computer. Not on your phone though, but only on the computer. Also, you can message on Instagram on the computer now, in case anybody was wondering. So I'm going down the list. I requested her. The next girl, I'm gonna look at it. She's an It Works distributor. I can already tell. Yeah, definitely an It Works distributor. So I'm not gonna follow her back. Most of the time, unless I know for sure that they're not on my team, then I just block them. But I don't know if she is yet. So I'm gonna wait on that. But anyway, so then I'm gonna go down the list. When I go to the person that I'm already following that followed me, I'm going to go to their page and I'm going to like, and I normally comment on the third one. Unless you like can think of something to comment on the first and second, like 3, comment on 1, because now you've gotten their attention. Okay. So now they're going to go look at your page. And now because you've interacted on their pictures and they've gone to your page, you've both gone to each other's pages, they're probably going to like some of your stuff back as a kind gesture because it's like an Instagram thing. Then now Instagram thinks that y'all want to see each other's stuff. So now your stuff's going to start popping up in her news feed. Okay? So if you're just blindly following people and you're not interacting with the people that you're following, you're wasting your time. You have to be intentional with these things, you guys. Very, very, very intentional. And then I was gonna say keeping track with people. This is something else that I just started doing. Or well, kind of. I've added them to my collections. I just haven't made the folder yet to move them to, because I just randomly thought about it. But what I'm doing is those new people, so like that girl, hold on, let me comment something. I just put living for your nails. That's all I said on her picture. Just a simple comment. You don't have to think too much into it, you guys. And if you can't think of anything to comment on them, just be like, love your shirt. So pretty. This is adorable. Anything like that. Just a comment on it, you guys. So then I'm going to go back to her page. I'm going to go to her, like her first picture or something, and I'm going to save it into my collections. And then I'm going to go ahead and make it now. What month is this? August. Okay. And I'm going to label it August. So then when I go back and now I'm going to the next girl that I'm following, I'm going to go and I'm going to like some of her pictures. And oh my God, that's my cousin. Sorry, guys. Oh my God. Oh my God. Sorry. I haven't seen my cousin in like 15 years. Holy crap. Okay, so, oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm going through and I'm going to like, comment, and then I'm going to go to one of her pictures, saved collection, put her in my August folder. So I know that we became friends in August, okay? So then when I go back to follow up with people, after I get done with my planner and after I do some of my host-to-posts, I can go to my collections, okay? Because I haven't reached out to those people yet. And then next thing you know, like you're keeping track of your new people, and you're being able to intentionally message new people, because sometimes it's hard to go to your followers or go to your, like if you go to your likes on your pictures on Instagram and you go to like start messaging people and you realize like I've already messaged all these people. I've already messaged that person. I just messaged that person yesterday. Because when you went to go message your likers yesterday, same people are liking your stuff. especially for not growing your network. And then you're going through and you're trying to find new people that you've added to your network, and you will find them, a few in between, you know, but this is going to make it so much easier to know, like, these are all the new people that I added in August. So then, like, next month, I can go back and I can message them because they've been watching my stuff. And I can also take some time, like on my to-do list, I have interact. So I can take some time out of my interacting time to go to my new people from August and interact with them. You get what I'm saying, you guys? So like, forgot what I was gonna say. Okay, so that's another way of keeping track of people, like keeping track of your new people when you're growing your network. So anyways, that's pretty much all we have. Oh, yeah. Wait, hold on. I was going to share some messages in here too, some follow-up messages, because tomorrow's follow-up Friday, you guys. So what I want to challenge you guys to do is I'm going to copy and paste a bunch of these. These are for potential customers. And then these are for potential distributors, okay? And what I want to challenge you guys to do is tonight before you go to bed, right after you get off this Zoom, copy and paste these into your notes or screenshot it if you have to, whatever. Put it in your notes, edit those to make them sound more like you. You don't have to edit all of them right then. Pick one and edit it. And then go and add it into your text replacement as hey, H-E-Y-Y, or you could do H-E-Y-Y-Y if you use H-E-Y-Y often. And then add the PLC one and then a PDT one. And I do my PLC ones, or no, actually my host to post one is hey, and then my PDT one is hi, and my PLC one is PLC. That's right. It's just PLC. That's like my reach out messages or whatever. Okay. So like these can be follow-up. So you can set it as whatever you want, but hey is just so easy to type real quick and send that message out. Okay. So, and then I want to, so I'm challenging you guys to pick one of those from each of them. Becky sent some too. Then edit them to make them fit you, add them to your text replacement. And then when you wake up tomorrow, you are ready to follow up with people intentionally. If you do not have potentials already written down on a paper or in a notebook somewhere or whatever, then go back through your messages, okay? Just scroll back through your messages and you're going to find the people that you talk to. Write them down.
You can also, if you don't have them written down, you can search in the search bar, like keywords, like I was talking about the products or about the business that you used in the conversation. And like she said, write them down when you do that. So you have them written down.
Yes.
And if you don't know how to do text replacement or if you have an iPhone, it's really easy, but it also, like the newer Androids have it. And they even have apps now that you can use if your phone doesn't have it. And if you need help setting it up, just let like one of us know and we can walk you through it, because it literally saves so much time. It makes following up so much easier.
Yeah. Even if we're not your enrollers, like don't ever hesitate to reach out to us, you guys. Like I don't mind ever helping anybody, even if it's the simplest thing. Like if you want to know like how I edited my picture, or how I put that sticker on there or something, like, just message me and I'll tell you guys, like I'll tell you whatever. So, and we can, like I said, I have an iPhone. She has an Android. So if you're an Android user, you'd probably be better off reaching out to Becky. If you're iPhone, reach out to me. But, so anyways, I really want to challenge you guys to really like dedicate your day tomorrow to following up, because I promise you the first time that I really dedicated a whole day to following up and was intentional with my follow-ups, I got so many dates and I got so many freaking people that I got their attention back. Okay. Because when you don't follow up with them for a while, that conversation just goes dry. And then like you kind of fall off their Facebook because you're not interacting through Messenger anymore. Facebook's not showing them your stuff anymore. And like y'all aren't interacting with each other, then you're just going to kind of fall off their earth. Okay. So, I hope these tips helped you guys. Go ahead.
And if like tomorrow you're sitting down and you feel like you like ran through your follow-ups, or you don't have a whole lot of people to follow up with, don't be down on yourself. Don't be hard on yourself about it. Just make it a goal to get a certain amount of potential customers and a certain amount of potential distributors every day written down in your follow-up, so that this time next week you have a bigger list to follow up with.
Yep. Yeah. What was that? 7. Yeah. So, I was gonna say something, but I can't remember how she worded it, and I know I'm just gonna mess it up. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and stop